Hello everyone! If you're coming in the future and need to see this, well then, here's how we do it. First things first, diver armor is needed, at least diver armor. You could do it with a scuba gear, but you have to at least have some kind of pressure resistance. You could also get pressure resistance from the person over here, the forest lady, who trades in your forest essence that I just completely missed terribly. But you can come over here, talk to her. She can upgrade your extreme pressure. I obviously don't have enough forest essence to upgrade it right now, but you can upgrade your pressure resistance, which gives you a better time doing this. Second thing second, if you come over here to the witch lady, she will be able to have you donate fish. These fish give you respiration. It's also very nice. Not entirely needed, just the less times you die, the better, basically. Now, speaking of dying, dying is a requirement in this method. You very much so do not uh, you don't want to die, but even if you do die, you don't lose any coins. If you don't have a booster cookie, it's fine. You will just get teleported back here instead of the entrance of the map, so that's really cool. Also with that, um, another really big method for here is checking the chat. You want to read if someone is drowning, if they are succumbing to pressure, fainted from pressure. If you see people in the chat doing that, that means that the lobby you are on is not good for this method, simply because you are going to be farming the same things they are, and really only 1 to 2 people can farm per lobby. It's better if you have one person farming it. If you have 2 people, your profits diminish tremendously. Now let's talk about some of the upgrades you'll need. Some of the upgrades you'll need for this method. First things first, you'll have to have hunted some vapors, is what they are called. If we look, I'm not going to be in here, there's a silly thing here. If we look at my hunting menu, hunting is the lasso. You can look at my attributes and we can look at all the things I have. The attribute we are going for is it's called Yummy. There it is, Yummy 10. And it's got from virus shards. These are really, really easy to get. You just farm berries for about an hour, you'll get this to max. It grants a 100% chance to drop double berries and sea lilies. Now why this is important is because we want to increase our sea lily chance over and over until we just have sea lily chance at max. Second thing that you'll want is tier 4. Tier 3 and below works, it just you'll have to work longer to get the same profits I am. With that, the tier 4 that you want exactly is Collector. Try to get this to level 50. See, I haven't even gotten that yet to level 50. But you're trying to get this to level 50, so you have a 100% chance of doubling it again. All in all, when you break a ceiling, that's going to give you 16 if it was a 4 stack, 12 if it was 3 stack, 8 if it was a 2 stack, and 4 if it was a 1 stack. Basically, the goal here is to just farm as many sea lilies as possible. Sea lilies are all these little like little sea cucumbers right here. You mine them and it instantly breaks for me. Now, real quickly, let's look at my stats real quick. You're going to see that I have if we look at my stats, you'll see I have a respiration of 104, pressure resistance of 102. I started out with just my pressure resistance as such. It is 15, so you can do this with pressure resistance of 60. Just note, more pressure resistance, the more respiration you have, the easier this method is going to be for you to get more. Now let's talk about what this method actually is. We are going to be making enchanted sea lilies. If we look at the bazaar right now and we just search up enchanted sea lilies, you can see that they are being sold for 450k each. Now, if I'm getting 16, that requires me to just break 10 sea lilies to get that enchanted sea lily. So it's really, really easy to get millions of coins in an hour. Last time I did the math, it was about 600k, and I was getting about 50 million coins per hour. I have so far made, I sold these a little bit of these earlier. That was 18k, and then I have to cancel this order. One thing to note when you are selling sea loomies is it is usually better to just make an insta sell offer. Just do that. Don't try and insta sell. Just create a sell offer. It'll get you more coins in the long run. But do note that if you are going to be taking a long break, you'll want to insta sell them. If you wait and you just like leave them on and then take that break, you will come back to lower pricing. This is because it's from a foraging update, which means that pricing is going to continue to go down until we meet like a relative threshold, which is probably about going to be about 1,000 coins, or with how much these are wanted, it'll be about 1,000 to 10,000 is my estimate. With that, let's try to get these money now before it happens. Oh, one other thing, flying fish pet. The flying fish pet is useful because it'll boost the stats of your diver's armor. You'll want that, so that then it's easier for you to do this. One other thing, you have to be fishing level 20 for this method, so that then you can actually wear diver armor. Now, how this method works is we are going to be basically going around in a circle in this lobby, harvesting as many loomies as we can. We have our loomie right here, and then we can immediately go down, harvest these three, as seen right like so. Can harvest that one, and then continue going down. Harvest these two. These tell us that the cave in here is full of 4 drops. You want to mine the 4 drops especially, simply because they give you the most. Oh, it looks like not this entire cave is full. Actually, I lied. Someone else has been in here recently. But 3 drops are fine. I would say just leave the 1 and 2 drops till there more appear. Now you'll notice how I'm taking damage. You do take percent health damage here, so gain more health won't help you. Best thing you want to do is just basically you're going to die and then come back. That is the easiest method. You don't want to try and like survive or anything like that, because if you die, it's not really any consequence. You just teleport to the beginning, and you can swim to get another area. After you go down below Nemo, the person who saves you, you're going to just continue in a circle, as so. Doesn't really matter which direction of the circle you go. I like going this way because there's magma blocks over here, so I feel like I can get a lot more. The magma blocks refresh your breath immediately, so you can just go under here and grab them all. There is a lot of different sea loomie spawns. One of the things I would recommend is if you have full bright, you should take off the full bright. Do not have it on at all. It just makes it easier in the long run for you to find more, because sea loomies glow. That means you'll want to find stuff that you'll want to, if you find brightness, don't go there. There is no sea loomies for you to mine. Going to come back here, refresh my breath. Only takes 1 second. It is 1.89 mechanics on breathing, so you instantly refresh your breath if you find pocket there. See how there's a whole bunch of sea loomies down here? See how I mined it? It got dark. That's what we're looking for. It's really bright, so I know that one's a 3 or 4 stack. Going to die now, and I come back up to the top. Now I can go to the next area. Sometimes you'll want to visit the area more than once. That's completely up to you. Feels like how many 4 drops you can think are left there. Be sure to check all the nooks and crannies of like the main area. That will go ahead and help you out. Alright, let's talk now about why it's not getting dark when I'm mining these sea loomies. In the main area, the Hypixel admins have put light blocks to make sure that the water is always bright there. With that, you just really nothing to do about it. It doesn't really matter if you have full bright armor or not. But in these areas over here, you see how I'm mining these and it gets darker. That's what you want. Now, sometimes the lobby will glitch and not regrow the sea loomies back up to 4. If after like 2 times, for example, you notice that the sea loomies are not regrowing, break them and then they should regrow. If they still are not regrowing, sucks to suck. I'm sorry. There's nothing, not really much else we can do about that. So yeah, that's how you bug test for it. Also, keep that in mind as you are going through. I'm going to mine these simply because I haven't seen anyone drown in a while, which tells me I'm the only person doing this. But on the flip side, lots of these haven't grown fully, so I'm wondering why this has happened and trying to reset them for future testing. If you find a solo lobby or like a lobby with fewer people, the better this method works out, simply because you're competing with less people. Now let's keep on going ahead, taking a look. Be sure to grab them all. I would say after about visiting like a certain section twice, I would move on to the next section no matter what. There just simply won't be that much more for you to grab. Grab that. See, like, I left that one, but I'm not going to go back there. Let's talk about the next section. This next section isn't like a big area that has a lot of things in it, but it still is a tunnel with about 7 in it. I recommend this one a lot, simply because it still does give you a lot of sea lilies. 7 is just about what we need for 1 enchanted sea lily. My hope is to get about 1.5 sea lilies per death. With that, I should be pretty much getting a lot of money. 1.5 sea lilies, 2 deaths, that basically means that I am going to be getting paid 1.2 mil. Now you'll notice how easy it is to mine these sea lilies. That's really good, simply because I'm getting these sea lilies, I'm going to be able to get more money. Alright, let's talk about the Agatha contest. You see that being right there, since I made it into the uncommon bracket. You will not be getting legendary or epic by doing this strategy. Sea lilies only give 2 points per break to the Agatha contest. If you try to catch Babris while breaking sea lilies, because Babris will sometimes spawn from these, you'll get 10 points, which will allow you to get to a higher tier. Just note you are not going to get as much money, simply because you are not just full focusing on that. So keep that in mind as you are doing so. With this, since I am getting damaged already, I'm just going to be going around looking at these top areas, trying to find any sea lilies that I need still, and grabbing them. Your hope is to be breaking like a sea lily about every 2 to 3 seconds. If it's less than that, that's pretty good. It will help you out. I'm going to be going ahead now, going up here. As you guys watch, I'm just going to be going around in a circle. So this next area is the underground temple. Go here for sea lilies. I would grab the bottom ones first, simply because your pressure is higher here, and you take more damage if you have more pressure. If you go up more, you'll see my pressure bar has gone down, and I am taking less damage. Like so. Sometimes it even allows me to heal up a little bit. Use your zombie sword if you have one to heal up if you're not taking damage. If you are taking damage, you cannot use your zombie sword or anything like that. You will just unfortunately perish. See, I am at the max area, pressure at 0, so I have longer respiration and I am taking less damage, and it allows me to go ahead and get all the sea lilies up here. This is a little bit strange that some of them are at 4 and some of them are at 1. It seems like the person who broke these before didn't know where they all were, and so that's why some of them are still at 4. Oh, right here, you see this? This is a Babris. This is one of the things you need to catch to get that up to 10. I would recommend doing berry bushes, the purple berries up top, instead of actually like trying to break sea lilies for it. Simply because berry bushes are easier to find, and they give more score. When you're trying to farm the Babris, I would try to get legendary in the event or epic just gives you more points and will help you with the Agatha contests. Now I'm going to keep on breaking these, and you see I am now back at the beginning, and I can look here, see there's 4 sea cucumbers out front this cave, and I can go on in and grab some. Grab them on the floor, knowing that I am coming back here again because there was 4, I'm going to go ahead and be most definitely likely to die. This unfortunately looks like there's a glitch in this lobby because some of them are just not growing back up to full. Don't know why that is happening, so I might switch lobbies, we'll see. It depends on how much it affects me. Right now it's looking like it's affecting this area a lot. We'll have to continue looking at the other areas and see if they are going back. Like this block I remember from before was full, these blocks were not. It's very strange. I'm going to check this over here, see if that's any different. This right here is 4, so it is all just give and take. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. If you see a pufferfish, try to avoid it. It will poison you, and just that's more health damage, more things stopping your speed. Let's head to the next area. 4, 4, perfect. Check this cave here. 4, 4, 4, 4. So it's very sometimes hit or miss about these sea lilies going back. Don't know why that last cave didn't do it. A little bit strange. Let's head on in here. And we will notice of everything. I am streaming this. If you see this later, be sure to check out my channel, subscribe. I will see how much content I make. It might be very rare. We will see. Alright. As we get down on here, we'll notice there's more pressure. As you get closer to this cave mouth, your pressure will about a lot. That is because this area goes to the Jade Dragon. The Jade Dragon is difficult to get to simply because it is an endgame pet, and so they do not want early game players getting there. I like to go down there twice, simply because there is a lot of sea lilies down there to be grabbed. It just lots of damage too. Not sure about the efficiency of this one, but I go left first and then I go right, pick up the sea lily here, pick up the one right here, pick up the one right here. There's one right over here too. Yep, there it is. One right here. And that's all. I'm not going to go down there a third time, simply because there is not enough sea lilies to make it worth it to me. If it's worth it to you, if you're super fast, then maybe. But otherwise, you'll probably not want it. Now let's talk about the Rogue Sword. The Rogue Sword still works for giving you speed, allowing you to go faster. Faster you go, the more sea lilies you can get in a single breath. Very nice. Now, if the Hypixel admins ever update this, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But for now, it seems to be that there's just no real consequence to dying, other than getting teleported back to the start. But if you can swim across the entire thing in 5 seconds, is that much of a consequence, really? Now, this is the drowned area. It does have some parts of it go dark, other parts are going to remain light. You just have to learn from personal experience which parts go light, which parts go dark. Alright, that's kind of interesting. As I'm noticing in this lobby, it appears that like the themes on the way to the main areas will grow to 4, but sometimes the places in the main areas will not go back up to 4. I'm going head up as I'm taking more damage. This will just allow me to survive longer. Now this drowned area is big enough that sometimes I'll come back here a third time if I feel like I did not get enough. Simply because there's still a lot that I could get. Like that there, I'm going to go back because I know there's at least 2 there. Plus I have memorized some of the spots and know that I can get at least 5. 5 is pretty good for a breath. I'll take that. Alright. Other things talk about speed. Make sure you have at least a good speed. I have a speed of 231 right now because of my rogue sword. Gain it faster, maybe, but don't want it too fast that you're missing blocks. Do speed fast enough that you can still hit the blocks you're looking at. Alright. Next thing's next. Going to go over by this map of the cave to get the 7 once again. This one you survive, but you cannot get back down without dying. So it's a little bit, you just go straight up, grab it, and then maybe I'll get out. I probably won't find that much more force. Oh wow, I did get out. That's impressive to me. Kelp and seagrass, if you break it, gives you nothing. Don't even worry about it. Now, for these people questioning if this is really the best pathing method, please note that I am number 98 on the Sea Lumi track. So I'm not number 1, no, can't say that I'm number 1, but it is pretty good method for making money. I started out with 0 and I have made over 300 mil already. I did play, I think, for like 8 to 12 hours, something like that. Just keep that in mind as you guys are saying things. Do note that that is what it is right now. As this foraging update continues, it will eventually go down. I realize that, as does everyone else. So keep that in mind. It's very bizarre price dependent. If you are trying to do this on Iron Man, unfortunately, whilst Gintsui Lumis is nice, they just do not sell very well at the NPCs. Now, I have an auto V-comp ovulator and a foraging sack, enchanted foraging sack, that is making these enchanted sea lilies for me. If you just have a regular sack, you're going to have to V-comp them at the end, or craft them at the end if you do not have a V-comp. This method is pretty like early game. You can do it early game. It just really depends on if you have diver's armor, how fast you can move, and whatnot. Now, as you see, I am grabbing some of these sea lilies down here. I haven't found like a really good time to grab them. I just see that they're 4, and I decide to go for it. It can count as another area that you stop at, just looking for sea lilies at the top and whatnot. Be sure to go into the caves on the side. I believe there's 3 of them. They each have like 3 or 4, which is still very nice. As we are looking through, can't really find anything else. Going to go ahead and finish this up. Yep, can't really find anything else. I guess I'll just have to wait. Now we see here, we see another person diver armor is doing the exact same thing we are. This might be an indication for us to switch lobbies. We will have to look. As warning. Now I am level 214, so that does increase my health quite a bit. But this is health damage, so you do not really have to worry about like having a super high amount of health. It is just max health damage. Nothing more to say about that, really.